Hello and welcome to Frank Five's Rewind. This is where we take a loving look at the television shows that we all grew up with. I am your host, Frank Five, along with my co-host, Mr. Brian Johnson.
Yes, thank you.
And Walter Flanagan.
Thank you.
And I almost screwed up because we have a special guest in the studio today, Brian Quinn.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
It must be exciting.
I'm
right?
very excited.
I would think so.
The last time we were all together was we were wearing dresses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no dresses this time.
Well, I love, we didn't talk about it. There was no lead up like Golden Girls, but I am very well versed in Batman 66. I love it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. So I'm excited to be here for this one.
When I heard you were coming, I got a little bit nervous.
Okay.
Because I knew I had to up my game. Because
well,
why don't you have to up your game for us?
Well,
I mean, his game is pretty high as it is.
Yeah.
Look at those notes.
But, I mean, his game is on point every time, but like, Q's here. I didn't take him for an idolater.
You haven't upped your game since Q has become Q? Even a little bit? I know I have.
Q.
If anything.
Have I?
No?
That keeps it real.
well, I just knew how much he knew about Golden Girls, so that when we said that he was a fan of Batman, I'm like, this guy's going to know everything, and my notes will be useless.
We kind of let it out of bag. We're doing Batman 66 tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nobody
the
told me
Batman
this.
shirts didn't give it away.
Nobody told me this.
And I knew that you were a lover of this series. So I felt like it would be a crime
I'm glad
to not have you here tonight.
This. I'm very happy to be here for this one. This is great. I got the pinball machine.
Do you really?
Yeah. It's my favorite one right now. I play
you
it
got multiple pinball machines?
I have more. Well,
Can I have one?
Can I come over?
I got Ghostbusters. I got Ghostbusters and Twilight Zone.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Would you be 66?
And Batman 66 and the Monsters.
Oh, so wait a minute.
So there are multiple.
There's way more than
He has an arcade. He doesn't.
I got the Iron Maiden one.
How many pinball machines do you have?
I got 7. I got one more on the way. I got the Rick and Morty one coming on the way.
Damn.
But I didn't pay for any of them. Well, I paid Twilight Zone. The rest I got for
that's
free.
even more
So now you even
disgusting.
feel worse.
That's even more disgusting. You haven't paid for any of them.
That's not true.
It's true.
Why? I did promotional considerations.
Yeah. Promotional consideration provided by Stern Pinball.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're right.
I
Would
deserve
you be as impressed if it weren't Twilight Zone? It was just Twilight.
Team Edward? Yes, of course.
But my point is, I'm in. I have a lot. I bought a lot of statues from you over the years.
Yeah, I think
Batman
everybody
66.
at the table, except for one, I'm not sure how much they love this show, but I know I adored it as a kid.
Yeah.
I just am just the biggest Batman 66 fan. I know you were. Frank said he was, but I'm not sure. I really don't know if you really enjoyed it or you're just here for
Money?
Yeah.
I watched it, but I don't have the affinity for it that you guys do. Like at that time, I was probably more into like Gilligan's Island and the Munsters and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, never. I don't know what it is, because when I went back and rewatched it with a bunch of episodes with Sage, it should appeal.
Yeah.
I mean, the
It's
colors
weird,
and it's really crazy.
You just said the key word for me, the colors.
Yeah.
It is like mesmerizing. It's like a fucking fine-tuned Zapruder film.
You don't see
Batman 66.
Because they shot it on film. It wasn't on video.
It
They
just
shot
looks
on film.
amazing, the colors, and it is just one
And
of
I
those.
love that the props are real. Like if you see a giant typewriter, they built that fucking giant typewriter. There's one with a penguin's umbrella. Remember that one is like 2 stories tall in the middle of the street, and you're like, somebody built that shit.
Look at that smile. And then if you don't walk out of here tonight with that same smile for Batman 66, we failed.
We've let you down.
Frank failed.
Frank fell.
I'm already nervous
no.
'cause I didn't even have any of this, so I'm already behind the 8 ball.
his game wasn't up to enough.
No.
All right, so let's get into it, Frank.
All right, so Batman 66, this was a television show that was created by William Dozer, who also narrated it, the very famous narrator. It appeared...
So he would be the guy that was like, meanwhile, in Gotham City.
Yes,
that was him.
Same bat time, same bat channel, he was that guy.
When last we saw the Caped Crusaders, they were trapped in Black Widow's giant cobweb. about to be bitten by 2 deadly Black Widow spiders. Are the heroes headed for that great bat cave in the sky?
Very recognizable voice, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Do you think he went on to do other voiceovers, or that you think that was the end of it? Like, I'm
I
not
think
doing Batman anymore, I'm done.
I think it was just an executive. I don't think he was the guy.
Surely Frank has the information. He's upped his game, right?
Here's the thing: like, you ever watch Lost? That show Lost, where they're like previously on Lost.
Yeah.
That is also the executive that greenlit the show.
Really?
Yeah, so there's like this weird tradition of that sort of
And
thing.
so usually when that happens, it's a successful show.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to get Simi to narrate the Practical Jokers from going forward.
So it was developed by Lorenzo Sample, and actually it occurred 3 seasons, 120 episodes. It started in January of 1966, but only lasted until March of 1968, appearing on the network ABC.
ABC, huh?
So for something that is so beloved, it only lasted 3 seasons.
Yeah, but there's like 60 episodes in each season, so it's
And the movie.
And then, well, the spin-offs, the movies and comic books.
Well,
and-
the movie was actually done in between season 1 and 2, right?
right, because
Yeah.
they ended up having to use a different Catwoman for the movie. The one that didn't appear in the
Anybody
TV
here
shows.
get to see the movie in a theater?
No.
Did you?
That green screen. Yeah, I saw it multiple times in a theater. It would come back after its release in the summertime at local theaters, and my mom would take me every summer to go see
that's
Batman
cool.
'66.
I have the DVD.
Oh, that shark! I mean, that was better than Jaws.
Shark repellent.
That was better than Jaws. More memorable
real.
to me than Jaws.
That the line about the bomb.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Like, it's one of the most classic lines ever. It's great. Yeah, and it wasn't Julie Newmar, right? It was.
It was. I have it in here.
Yeah, multiple Catwoman. We'll get to it.
Yeah, there's 3
okay,
Catwomans
sorry.
plus her.
Do you want to know? Do you want to give old William Dozier his due?
Yeah.
He, like you said, he was executive producer and narrator for Batman, but he on the Green Hornet. He also did the same.
That was
thing.
another show that he was involved with. That's right.
Yep. Then during his time as executive producer of Batman, he co-created the character Barbara Gordon, Chief Gordon's daughter, I guess. But like, that, isn't that what?
Wait
Like,
a minute, you don't know who Barbara Gordon is?
no, Chief Gordon's daughter. Yeah.
But you don't know who she really is, though?
Yeah. She's what's her name? Batgirl.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I mean, the way you said it, though, it didn't look like you knew, did it?
No, I like that you referred to her as who she really is. that was great.
And the funny thing is, I mean, tell me if I'm jumping ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go
Wait,
ahead.
how much more would you respect him if he was like Oracle?
Oh, my God. Forget about
that,
it.
you
I
would've
would have
seen-
bowed.
Yeah. Didn't happen though.
Yeah, your back will be okay. You're not going to be doing any bowing tonight.
But they originally wanted Batgirl in the television show because they wanted to get rid of Robin in the 3rd season.
I
don't know if
didn't.
you
I didn't
knew.
know that. Did you know that?
No.
Why? Because he had too
No.
much. Too looking too manly.
I mean, I don't know if we're getting too far ahead, but the ratings started to drop. They felt like they needed to get more of a female viewership along with a higher age bracket of males. So they figured, let's bring Batgirl in. You're gonna, appeal to little girls. You're gonna appeal to. I know it appealed to me when I was
Definitely.
watching it.
That's the. I think that's the first time I can ever recall. As young as I was back then. That's the first time
Yeah.
I knew that I liked what I was seeing.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yvonne Craig.
Yeah.
There was a
Not
starring.
not Julie Newmar.
No, it was
That's
Batgirl.
Catwoman.
It was Batgirl that made me like. I think because she was good and Catwoman was evil. Like I couldn't get past that.
Oh, you like good girls?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah. As chaste as they come, that's how I want them.
Virginal, are you?
But yeah, when that Batgirl theme came on and she got into that costume, I mean, I was looking around the room like, what's going on?
Making sure nobody else
There's
is in the
something.
room.
There's something going on, Ma. What's happening?
I'm feeling stirrings.
Yeah, and I didn't know what was going on, but my dad was happy. To that point, I was playing with like dolls. And
Bought him another Mego, did you? You know those are dolls.
Action figures.
so he was happy.
So this was developed Batman originally, and you tell me if I'm incorrect, but Bob Kane and Bill Finger originally, right, in the comic book, or is there some?
Bob Kane was the original guy, but Bill Finger was the guy who really cultivated a lot of what we know about the Batman mythos.
He created Joker, right?
Yeah.
And what they wanted to do was they wanted to bring this comic book to life onto the television screen. So that's why it was so colorful, and that's why there was the tilting of the camera and
The Dutch angle.
the Dutch angle, and not to be confused with the Dutch oven. Right, the Dutch angle.
It's a little blue humor.
Yeah.
What's that mean? Dutch, I never heard that Dutch oven.
It's like you're in bed with a girl and you pull the covers over her head and you fart, so it goes all in her.
So
Yeah,
that would be one of those bad girl things, I would imagine.
Well,
Only do that to a bad girl.
it's also like it's actually also an actual cooking apparatus.
It is. But it starred Adam West as Batman and Bruce Wayne. Burt Ward as Dick Grayson and Robin. Those were obviously the two main guys. And you had Alfred, Alan Napier, Commissioner Gordon, Chief O'Hara, Aunt Harriet, Barbara Gordon / Batgirl. I mean, the cast was just unbelievable in this series. I mean,
Do you know why Aunt Harriet was included in the television show, Q?
Yes, it was. They thought the show was actually a little too male, like a little too gay, possibly, right?
You know, how does introducing a
Don't know.
elderly woman into the mix make everybody go, oh, okay. I thought something fishy was going on. Not now that Aunt Harriet's in the room.
well, she's probably born in the late 1800s, right? So she's got a sixth sense about like fancy boys. So like she's
Gaydar?
Yeah, pretty much probably. So she's right in there. She doesn't work. She's retired, so she's like 24/7 security to make sure there's no
But she
hanky
believed
panky.
every lie they fed her.
I mean, they had a bat cave underneath the goddamn
crazy.
Wayne Manor.
They ran out at a moment's notice with like, oh, we're going for swimming lessons, or
we're going fishing, boy. one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, like everything would lead you to believe like they're
They're
gay.
gay.
Tell her that Dick and I are spending the night at my uncle's house. That should put her at ease.
Great heavens, what a fool I am.
Isn't today Wednesday, Alfred?
Indeed, sir.
Wednesday night, Gotham Town Hall. We have tickets to that lecture on Latin American affairs.
Holy Venezuela, you're right.
If we dash, I think we can catch part of it anyway. Excuse us, Aunt Harriet.
Good night, Aunt Harriet.
Dick and I just played a game of chess, and we agreed that if I won, he'd do some studying. If he won, we'd go fishing. They just called to report they sighted a black-footed albatross at Slater's Slough.
And maybe a fork-tailed petrel.
Now, Aunt Harriet, not something that came from the comics, created solely for the show.
That's right. Occasionally bleeds into the comics, though. Like you'll get an Aunt Harriet every once in a while.
And what about Chief O'Hara? I don't believe he was.
I don't think he was in the comics.
I don't think
no.
he was in the comics either.
But he's still not in the comics, really.
No, not really. But Commissioner Gordon and almost, I would say 85% of the villains were all came from the comic books. There were some villains that were created just for the show.
You
But
got
we're
your
jumping
King
ahead.
Tuts.
Yeah.
You don't like King Tut?
Lamest. He just sits around fat. That's like all.
Yeah,
he
but
does.
that's why I love him. Like I don't know, man. You really got to rewatch it because every time he showed up on the scene, there would be like that giant thing that appeared. The cat statue, was that him?
Sphinx.
The Sphinx.
The Sphinx.
Yeah.
The Sphinx. And people that's how they know he was back in town. But he was also a professor. That had that just went crazy every once in a while and thought he was King Tut. And for some reason, people listened, like women listened to him.
The women surrounding him are like, "Is that the literal Cleopatra?"
No, I don't know how you
She
could not
is.
like this guy. Him, Egghead. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Egghead.
I almost feel like that the villains even kind of made the show.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
every
they
week you had a
definitely
different.
made the show.
Yeah, you had a different villain. I mean,
So
it was just
what are
phenomenal.
some of the highlights in the Rogues Gallery?
Oh, geez. Well, first of all, Joker, Cesar Romero.
Still my favorite Joker.
Yeah.
Wow, that is saying something.
Still my favorite Joker.
He's committed to that performance. I mean, he never stopped laughing.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So you're telling me in 1989, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 44 next week. Yeah.
In 1989, no, how old were you?
Oh, in 1999, how old am I? No. I was born in 76, so 16.
Okay, so you would have the balls to go into a comic book store and say, after fucking Nicholson fucking killed it,
Yeah.
Keaton and Burton Batman, that you would walk in and be like, I still think Romero's the better Joker,
I'm
and not take a beating?
If anyone's asking my opinion, and they haven't so far, Cesar Romero is still the only Joker for me.
Yeah. I mean, I still, I not that I think Nicholson's bad. I think
Ledger?
Nicholson was a genius. I think they were all pretty genius interpretations, but the one that I like the most is Cesar Romero.
Is that because he was your first Joker?
Never forget your first Joker.